Code of Conduct has been formulated after fairly long negotiations between the World Council of Churches, the Roman Catholic Church, and the World Evangelical Alliance. I will limit my remarks about the opportunities of the Assembly to unfold a new ecumenical vision to these indications. It should have become clear that in many ways the Busan Assembly will mark a new departure for the WCC and for the ecumenical movement as a whole. The WCC has gone through a fairly difficult and painful process of internal transformation, but it has emerged with new clarity about its mission and its role in the wider ecumenical movement. The report of the Committee on Ecumenism in the 21st Century, which is the result of collaborative work and reflection together with the representatives of the major ecumenical partners, provides clear indications for the journey ahead. In any event, an ecumenical pilgrimage for justice and peace will no longer be an affair of the WCC and its member churches alone. It must become the beginning of a journey into world Christianity under the guidance of the God of light. Thank you for your patience in listening.
So we'll have an opportunity for up to 6 comments or questions, but you have to come up here, and also I invited this time Dr. Tiptak to join us. Not ask. So up to 6 people, please line up. Please come forward. Any further? Anybody else I missed?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Mary from Indonesia. Thank you for your great information about WCC. Maybe there are many of us here are still new in knowing about WCC and still maybe the first time to be involved in WCC assemblies. So I heard that there are many WCC assemblies and there were very, very great hymns. What I want to ask is, what did the WCC already do for churches around the world? Especially maybe from the previous assembly in Puerto Alegre. Yeah. For example, for Indonesia, we have been facing conflicts, tension between Christianity and Islam and Muslim in Indonesia. Maybe I don't know if WCC has done something for Indonesia regarding religious freedom in Indonesia. But one more I want to add is, maybe WCC has researched many ideas, but I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I just want if some ideas, that many ideas, is not only ideas, it's not only concepts, it's not only thinking, but it could be a real thing. So I personally want if WCC really make the ideas become real in the world. Thank you.
Good evening. I am WCC from India. It is a great privilege for me to hear one of the father of the WCC. And as I was sitting there, I was just shedding my tears. I was just a last chance participant to get the opportunity. My visa was in trouble. I was able to miss my chance. But God is great and He does great things. We are here. As I was hearing the words of Dr. Konrad, I was just pondering in the context of our Indian emerging churches, the evangelical Pentecostal churches, as we see today, they are almost equaling the membership of the WCC membership. It is a great challenge. Even as we come across here, we had protests against WCC. And basically, I am an evangelist, work with Evangelical Church of India, with ECC, Every Community for Christ, the wing of OMS International. I work with the villagers, among the villagers, with the pastors, the local pastors. I found that there is a lot of gap existing between the leadership and the local churches. I have read so many things, WCC work, and during my masters and BD. So many ideas, even a sister pointed out before me. So many ideas, policies, documentations are being done at the leadership, at the top brass level, and how it is going to be effective at the grassroots ecumenism. This is the concern that we have, and I have for the 21st century Christianity, that it is not at the top of the leadership that lies the unity. It is the grassroots ecumenism that becomes basis for the survival and unity of the Christian body in the world. And how can this meeting of the World Council of Churches 10th Assembly lay a foundation for the future of Christianity, taking the importance of grassroots ecumenism in the context of emerging local churches? Thank you.
I'm Doreen from the Philippines. Honestly, I fought my way here. I'm the only Pentecostal in the room. And many of the leaders of the Pentecostal church in the Philippines were not. Okay. I'm from the Assemblies of God, and I think my concern is, this is the first time that I read the documents about how Pentecostal and WCC are dialoguing. And my concern is also the concern of my brother. I think it has to go down to the grassroots. It has to go down to us as pastors and teachers in this region, so that we can help promote this ecumenism that we're talking about. Because if the discussion is only for academics and for the scholars, we'll not be able to achieve it unless it gets down to the people in the ground.
Good afternoon. My name is Tassis Gatwa. I'm from Rwanda, and as you saw, I'm a faculty member. I teach in one of Christian university in Rwanda, and as I said in the presentation, I started my journey as a young steward in the Assembly of Vancouver, 1983. Then I was co-opted as a steward to be rather a delegate in the Assembly from the assembly, I was then elected member of Central Committee. So I standing up not to ask a question, but because of I heard one of the questions raised, the first question, what is the World Council of Churches doing to make its ideas and the concepts reality? I wanted to share 2 or 3 experiences. I'm sure I'm not responding on behalf of Konrad, but I wanted to bring an insight from African perspective. These are 2 things I want to really to share briefly. One is a program the World Council of Churches has been somehow attacked and blamed for, that has been instrumental in bringing dignity for Africa. That was a program to combat racism. And it happened at the crucial period for Africa, when Africa was facing, particularly for people who are here from South Africa, apartheid in South Africa, affecting not only South Africa as a country itself, but the neighboring countries, Namibia, Zambia, Mozambique, Angola, etc. And that program has been really, really instrumental in helping many people during that period of the 70s, 80s. From 80s now, when I became member of Central Committee as young people, I remember all the times. World Council of Churches meeting, the Central Committee, in each single meeting, there would be a strong declaration of World Council of Churches about liberation of Mandela, bringing in the people from South Africa to speak on behalf of people of South Africa on behalf of Mandela, and then issuing declarations and so on and so on. That to me was a very